What's up, peeps? Shay with Untitled Chapter, and today we're going to do some body weight exercises. So we're going to do push-ups, we're going to do sit-ups, we're going to do squats, lunges, wall sit, and even burpees. So we're going to start with push-ups. The way that you find your push-up position, so it's kind of important because a lot of times people have their arms out too wide and then you're only working your shoulder and you're not actually able to push through your pecs and your sides, which is how you get stronger. So you're going to lay down on your stomach. You're going to have your toes curled under, and then your thumbs are going to be pointing towards your armpits. And so from there, you're going to pick your elbows up and then plant them down. That is your push-up position. So another thing that happens is people leave their butts up, whether they're doing full push-ups or knee push-ups. Your butt needs to be tucked under so that way your abs are actually helping. So if you think about holding farts, it'll help with that. So once you have your hand positioned and your abs positioned, you're going to lower down to about 90 degrees and then push back up. When you're pushing up, think about kind of twisting your hands on the ground and bring your elbows in. It doesn't technically happen, but that's how you're trying to create force, and that way it actually works your pecs and your serratus and your shoulder versus just one tiny little muscle. Also keeps your neck happy and it'll just make you stronger. So that's how you do a push-up. If you want to do a knee push-up, or if you need to do a knee push-up before you can work to full length, all push-ups are valid. You can also do them on a box. But if you're doing a knee push-up, push your feet into the ground, tuck your butt under and hold your farts, and then that way you're still at an angle, so versus leaving your hips up, your abs are engaged, down to about 90 degrees, and then push back up. So that is our push-up. Let me know if you need more help on those. Next, because I'm down here, we're gonna do sit-ups. And so with sit-ups, a lot of times people think that it's sitting all the way up. But if your abs are not ready for that, your body will still let you do it, but it doesn't mean it's going to be effective. And there's a muscle called a psoas that actually tries to do that movement for you. And if you get strong in the psoas in a way that's like not designed for, it makes your hips tight and it makes everything else harder. So focus on what you feel, not how high you go. Plant your feet. Imagine you have a little donut on your belly button, and that donut is going to pull to the floor as you lightly lift up. So belly button donut pushes to the floor, and I'm going to breathe out as I lift up, and then lower back down. You can kind of imagine holding a baseball under your chin at your throat, and that way it helps engage your neck and your abs all at the same time, but not too much. So we're not trying to have your neck lead the show. You're trying to keep it nice and engaged, because a fascial system, it's like muscles and fascia and everything that works together, goes from your neck down through your throat and then turns into your abs. And that's what we're trying to work with crunches and sit-ups. So feet plant, belly button down, breathe out, and then inhale to lower, exhale to breathe. Make sure you're not pulling on your head. So that is our sit-up crunch portion. Next, we're going to do lunges. So lunges, in theory, can be done in many directions. We're going to do forward backward today. So you're going to start out standing up nice and tall. You're going to take a big step forward. Plant that foot on the ground, whole foot touches the ground, heel and everything, and then this femur pulls back so you kind of feel your butt. And then you're going to go down to about 90 degrees in your hip and knee, and then push back. Big step forward, stop the forward motion, drop straight down, and then come back up. So side view, what commonly happens with these is people either take too big of a step forward and you can't actually generate force, or their heel comes up and they do one of these. This is a thing in the scheme of the world, but for doing a traditional lunge, heel stays planted, butt pulls back, and that way you feel that engaged, and then push back. You can also start at the front and take a step back, and then bring it back up. So both are good, maybe do both. With these, another thing that can commonly happen is knee comes in. If this is happening to your knee and it's going in towards the center of your body, push through your pinky toe knuckle, and then pull your knee out. And maybe poke your butt, because if this is happening, you're not actually going to be working your butt at all. It's going to be inner thigh, and then that puts you at higher risk for injury, which is not great. So poke your butt, keep your knees nice and straight and in line, and keep your heel on the ground. So that's our lunge. After lunges, we're going to do squats. So side view, you're going to front view. Front view, you're going to have your feet wide enough that your shoulders can fit down between them. So with that, this is just a traditional neutral squat. You can do narrow squat and then all the way out to sumo squat, right? But as your feet get wider, your hips turn out just because how the hip functions. So we're gonna go happy medium, belly button up and in, so holding farts cue, really helpful for this too. And then you're going to drop your hips as straight down as you can, keeping your chest up, and then come back up. So if you notice that you're wiggling or anything, you can go slower and see if you can work through that. Also what happens, a couple things on this angle, is people tend to go too low and then their butt tucks under like this and their back is rounded. That's not great because then you're loading your spine in a way that it's not designed to continue to load. And also just stay a little bit higher than that, that's a solution. Another thing that happens is people's shins and calves are tight, so their knees actually can't travel forward enough to do the squat, so they end up doing one of these, which is not a squat, it's more of a hinge. So, belly button lifts up and in, hold your farts, and then try and drop down. Your knees are gonna go forward. It is not possible for humans to sit back, because then you end up falling and it doesn't actually teach the pattern for life. So, that's your squat. I'm gonna do a wall sit and then we're gonna finish with burpees. So, we have a column here with your lunges, your squats, and your wall sit. We're trying to get your hip and your knee parallel to each other, right? So with the wall sit, you'll start out standing up, kind of scoot your butt down. Make sure that your knees are 90 degrees, and then abs are pulling back against the wall, so you kind of push your body against the wall. Feet are even, and then femurs pull back as well. So from here, imagine like you're holding a ball between your knees and you're kind of squeezing together. And then breathe. If you need to, slide up, take a break, reset. If you notice that your heels are coming up, really dig those in, and if you can't, it's time to take a break. So, that's our wall sit. Burpees. So, I'm gonna coach them how I would like you to do them. So, slow motion first, and then we'll do full speed. You're gonna start out, do a little hop or tippy toes, and then hop back up. So even what we just did, that counts as a burpee. Another way you can do it, and a lot of coaches want you to do this, is you go up, you go completely down to your belly, and then you come back up. So real time, first one, go hop, 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 and then continue that. Or you'll hop, go down to your belly, come back up, and hop. Main thing that I would like you to focus on is not just dumping into your shoulders, right? You just need to have hands widespread. That's gonna be your first line of defense for your springs. And then that way your elbows can actually come back and then push up versus just taking all the brunt in this tiny little muscle. So, good luck with your burpees, lunges, push-ups, squats, wall sit. And let me know if you need any other help. This was a pretty quick tutorial on how to do all those things, but if you need more assistance or are having pain, let me know and I'll do what I can. Have a good one.